Welcome to Stay Positive with Lynda. On today's show, I have with me some distinguished ladies. On my right is Rosalind Williams with Life Matters TV show. And Ms. Lovely Unique is a model, CEO, and go ahead.
Yes.
She's so modest, she doesn't even want to talk about herself.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay, that's it. Okay. And I have with me Ms. Grace Crockett. She is the founder of Agnes Centers for Women in Phoenix. Welcome to the show, ladies. Thank you for being here. We have several topics today. The first one we're going to discuss is what should we expect on the first date?
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, do you like it? What do you think about that? Yeah. So hopefully we can educate some teenagers and some younger men and women, and hopefully we can just make a difference. And that's how we're gonna do it. So let's start. So if you're a girl, would you expect doors to be open for you on the first date?
Oh my goodness, that is so important. Anytime I go on a date and whether I'm coming out of the car or in a restaurant, I stop and look at the door. Like, that should be automatic.
Absolutely.
That should be something that you're taught at home. That's part of your morals and values of knowing how to treat a lady. Open my door, thank you very much. Pull my chair out, thank you very much.
Okay.
Proper etiquette as a man.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Well, you agree with that?
Oh, totally. I totally agree with that. I think that my belief is definitely opening doors, car doors, a door that we're entering in, and then also another thing. You know, it's kind of hard to really for a man to be as chivalrous as they used to be.
Yes.
Because you have to think about safety.
Yes.
But I remember my former husband, he picked me up on our first date from my house.
Really?
Yes.
You cannot really do that
And you
nowadays.
can't do that now, you know, because you got to meet them there, right?
Yeah, nowadays you make sure that you go to the restaurant at a public place where you meet your date. You don't let your date know where you live.
No, because nowadays they're gonna. I watch too much like the ID investigation, the investigation channel, forensic files. So like I'm always on the radar.
Me too.
Who are you? I need to know what
Absolutely.
your background is because they can come like an angel and light and then fool you.
And then turn around and become psychotic later.
Right.
Yeah, so we have to be really, really careful.
Yeah.
So, is it okay to compliment the guy that you're out on a date with on the first date?
Why
Or
not?
would you like to, Miss Grace, compliment the guy? Or should you wait for him to compliment you?
Oh, should you compliment first?
So who compliments who first? The guy or the girl?
I'm a spontaneous person, so me, if you're dressed nice,
If the guy
you're
is
suited
dressed
and booted, I'm gonna say you look very nice. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think you have to be so formal on a first date because you want to get to know that person and know what they're about. So you have to let your personality shine. I don't think you should be reserved because you want to know what you're getting on the first date.
Exactly.
You know how like you go on a date and then you're with someone and they're completely different. After a few days knowing or meeting them, you're like, well, where did this person come from? Like alter egos, split personalities. Let me know what I'm getting on the first date. I want the whole tea.
So, do you have something to add?
I do. It just brought me back to my remembrance. I went on a date with the guy when I was in high school. So we met off the, we're bus riding, right? So it started to rain and he had an umbrella. He put the umbrella over himself.
Oh, wow. And not you?
So
And not me.
You like
So I knew that
You knew he was not the one.
Red flag,
I
right?
will never forget that. He pulled the umbrella out and I'm standing there thinking that, oh, he's got the umbrella for me ready. He put that umbrella up to himself. I got off the bus and walked
Listen, honey, this date is over.
Yeah.
So did you end the date? Let's find out what she did.
I
You
ended the date.
Of course you should.
Well, let me tell you, recently I had a gentleman to take me out and he bought roses for me. So the first date I got roses and I thought that was beautiful. Now that seems to some people, oh, that's nothing, but it was
means a
something
lot.
that's traditional and I love tradition. I think that there are niceties that people do not use now. They don't maintain. So I just thought it was wonderful.
but not just the first date.
But
Give me flowers all the time. Give me flowers every other day. You get flowers on one day, the first date, and then you never see them after a couple of years of dating them. So I think tradition is good, but also to keep it spicy.
And that was a nice, prayerfully, that was a nice foreshadowing of the way things
that's
remain.
They remain.
But don't you see this? They always start giving you flowers in the beginning, and then all of a sudden they don't even open doors anymore. They won't give you flowers anymore, no more cards, and
You have to keep them on their P's and Q's.
oh really? So I have to remind the gentleman to do that.
I'm a woman that
I
does.
think you can teach
well,
people how to treat you or encourage it by even saying that I so appreciate that.
Right.
Thank you. And I
That's
think women acknowledging what a man does encourages them and motivates
It
them to
does.
want
It
to
does.
to be
Okay.
a better man,
Build their
right?
ego, you know.
Yeah.
They do need a little appreciation, and for us to
Absolutely.
not just be doing the bickering, but also saying thank you. That was very nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the next very interesting question. Are you ready? Would you compliment a guy who shows up in sagging pants?
No. Do you know where that background comes from? A guy was
Tell me
saying
about that.
that background
There was a
comes
no,
from the
so tell us.
penitentiary, and they
Really?
used to identify if you were gay or not. And they would sag your pants. And now, because of the culture and because of propaganda, people follow that same thing and
Yeah.
don't even know what they're representing.
Absolutely.
And I think it's very tacky. A man with his pants.
Why would you
I
even
mean, my
say
son, I see him, I say,
Right.
pull your pants up.
Right,
That is
right.
so unattractive. I mean,
I wish my son Bijou is here to hear this. Sometimes when I see his pants, I'm like, pull it up right now, get the belt.
I like the London look, you know. I don't make your pants too tight where you can't breathe, but I
Yes,
mean,
but-
a
I like the
nice
tight pants.
fitted.
Very fitted, right?
I like that. I
So
like
when
that too.
if a guy takes you out on a date and he's wearing fitted pants, then we can compliment him. But if
Yes.
he's wearing the sagging pants from Tent City,
That's so outdated. That's so 90s.
she gonna be
So
like,
outdated.
how dare you wear the sagging pants? Okay. So some guys hang their arms out on a girl's shoulders
Oh, okay.
on the first date. Do you think that's appropriate, Miss Roslyn?
Hang their arm out on the
Yeah, as you're walking with them, they're like this on your hips.
Oh, holding on to
Yes, holding on to
Touchy,
you,
touchy.
touching immediately. Is that appropriate?
It depends on the chemistry,
Yeah,
right?
sometimes you can meet a person, you instantly click, you have that
Right.
chemistry. But even if we instantly click, I think it's very inappropriate to touch me in certain spots. Now, if you're touching me on my shoulder, that's one thing, and we're conversing, that's
Right.
one thing.
But don't
if
get
you're-
frisky.
Yeah, don't touch me below, and I don't.
Stay
I think
above.
that's inappropriate.
Yeah, okay, stay above.
Below the belt.
Yeah.
So, Miss Grace can tell us, is it okay for a guy taking you out on a date, first date, to hang his hands on your shoulder? No, she says absolutely not. I agree with her. No holding, hanging onto my shoulder, okay? Mhm.
Too close.
No, too close for comfort. Yeah, too close for comfort. All right, too close to this. So that's a no-no. So some guys, when you sit with them at a restaurant, they drop something on the floor and pretend to pick it up. Just look underneath your skirt.
Oh,
Really?
If you find out that a guy takes you out on a first date and does that, what would you do?
Prevert.
Pervert, right? You shout pervert and walk out of the restaurant. What would you do, Miss
I would
Lovely?
be like, what are you looking at? I'm just
How would you know
straightforward.
if you're doing something you're
Well, if
looking
I'm
at
at a
your
restaurant,
makeup? Yes.
I'm paying attention to every detail.
Okay.
Especially on the first date if we're talking
Okay.
about. I'm paying attention to your body language, I'm paying attention to your manners, everything. So
Very
if
good.
you're acting, and first of all, I wouldn't even wear a skirt short enough for him to even look. I would have my legs crossed, first of all.
Mhm.
I don't know what woman has their legs like propped open for him to get a sneak peek. But I'm just
But you know,
saying.
if the guys are sagging, what are our young girls wearing?
Right.
And that's
Oh,
what
that's
they're
a problem.
dressing,
That's
you know?
actually that's another
You know,
point.
the
Oh,
coochie
yes.
cutters and
Right.
the Daisy Dukes and the mini skirts. And
Oh,
the
that's not
skirts that
appropriate.
only cover the buttocks. So,
Unfortunately,
that's
sex
what I-
does sell, and there are a lot of women nowadays that watch their favorite celebrity.
And then they start dressing like that. It's not appropriate.
Pictures that are inappropriate.
So it's not appropriate. It's totally inappropriate. It's for the girls to wear the shorts and have everything hanging out on the first date. Cover it up
That is correct.
and
I
see if
also
the guy
think
really
too,
likes
though,
you.
I also think too, though, that it's all about how you carry yourself as a lady to know whether you're just what they call it, thoughts, or if you're actually someone that can be,
It's going to
you
be
know,
serious, or whether you're just a hookup for a
Right.
one night stand.
right. And
Yes,
they
this is-
have that in their head, and they can read that. I mean, they definitely know.
But don't they all think that it's best to try to use every woman as a one night stand, starting
Well,
from
not
the
all. I'm not gonna say
first
all.
date? Most of them, well, I apologize
I
if
mean,
I
men are gonna
say
be
all, but
men, but not all. But
most of them think, oh, okay, what can I get away with?
like I said, it all depends on how you carry yourself as a lady.
Well,
I
and
would
I
say
think-
probably the younger era of gentlemen and women, you know, who we are basically really addressing.
Yes, right now, the millennials are
That's
the ones
right.
who are talking to.
I'm a millennium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am. I'm an 80s baby.
Okay.
And so for me, to cover up on the first date, I'm not saying you have to wear like your long church skirt to the first date, but to somewhat carry yourself where you have that demeanor where they're like, okay, she, you know, this is a real woman. This is not some teeny bopper that I can take advantage of.
Mhm.
But you know what, I found that it's not just the millennials that are looking for something on the first date. There are also older men.
Yeah, we got your baby
Not-
boomers.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
a millennial, but I found that even some older men are
Yeah.
like that. But I believe that as long as you present yourself as a
Well.
lady,
Right.
you know, you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah, exactly,
You know?
exactly.
You want to be treated like a
Right.
Yeah,
lady.
Oprah said that once. It's not everybody you can baby them based on how they carry themselves, how they're
Absolutely.
women. So it's all about carriage, ladies. So now we've gotten that clear. The way you carry yourself, what you wear, and your body language says it all on how you.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we will be right back. And I thank you, ladies, for being